Camp Whispering Pines. I still remember how summer at Whispering Pines began like any other. Endless canoe rides, late-night s'mores, and ghost stories whispered around a crackling fire. I was 10, a scrawny kid with 2 big glasses, more comfortable sketching pine cones than canoeing rapids. The counselors warned us not to wander the old logging trail that cut through the far edge of camp. Too creepy, they'd laugh, but that only made it irresistible. One humid July evening, after lights out, my friend Maya dared me to meet her at the trail's entrance. We crept past the cabins, careful to avoid the flick of flashlight beams, hearts pounding so loudly I thought we'd be caught instantly. The moon was a sliver, barely lighting the path, but we knew the way. Gnarled roots, a mossy oak split in 2, and then the dark tunnel of cedars that seemed to swallow sound. We'd barely taken 3 steps when we heard it, a soft rustling to our left, like heavy footsteps on dry leaves. Maya froze. I shone my flashlight into the underbrush. Nothing. But then came the low, guttural growl, so close it vibrated through my rib cage. My light swung back toward the trail, and I saw her. Tiny, purple, heart-shaped sunglasses floating 2 feet off the ground. It was Maya's favorite pair. She'd lost them that morning. "Who's there?" Maya's voice trembled. No answer, just the growl. We bolted down the trail, the beam bouncing off twisted branches that reached like claws. Then, ahead of us, 2 yellow pinpricks appeared, eyes low to the ground, and they blinked once before vanishing. Panicked, we darted left, scurrying into a thicket where the branches whipped our faces and snagged our pajamas. The growl followed, closer now, accompanied by the sound of bones clicking together. Something was moving through the woods with us, something too tall, too broad for any bear. We stumbled into a small clearing lit by bioluminescent moths, their glow eerily green. In the center stood a creature draped in ragged fur, long arms brushing its knees, head cocked at an impossible angle. It tilted its skull-like face, revealing hollow sockets with smoldering coals beneath. Its lips peeled back into a grin that stretched too wide, showing shards of yellowed teeth. Then it spoke in Maya's voice. "Come play with us." The words slid through the air like ice. My blood froze. Maya tried to scream, but the sound choked in her throat. I yanked her hand and we ran, shards of moonlight dancing across our path. Behind us, branches cracked and fur brushed against bark. The thing darted from tree to tree, almost floating, its howls echoing like distant. Hours passed, or maybe minutes, time lost meaning. Eventually, the growling stopped. We dared to peek, only moths hovered above our hiding spot. We scrambled back toward camp, collapsing at the counselor's cabin door. They threw open the door, faces pale, wondering who'd left camp in the dark. We babbled the story, blinking back tears, showing Maya's sunglasses as proof. They exchanged worried glances, but offered no explanation. Just ushered us inside, bolted the door, and flicked on every light. That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling. I convinced myself it was a prank. Someone dressed in a coyote pelt, playing tricks. But back at home, I found 2 long, curved scratches on my wrist, faint but deep. And in Maya's room, her missing sunglasses reappeared on her dresser, perched perfectly atop a folded t-shirt, as if placed by slender, inhuman hands. Years later, I volunteered as a counselor at Whispering Pines. At night, I patrolled the logging trail, flashlight in hand, hoping never to see a shadow move against the trees, because I know what lingers out there. Shape-shifting spirits that mimic voices you trust, wearing the skins of beasts, trapping you in a nightmare that never ends. So if you ever hear laughter on that forbidden trail, or something whisper your name in the darkness, don't follow. It's not a prank, and it's not someone you know. It's something that feeds on fear, and it won't let you go until you become part of its story. If you dared to listen, subscribe and like for more true Appalachian encounter.